Hi. So for my last video, I talked about Ikigai and stuff like that, and how I was struggling with life and shit like that. And I got a lot of comments on Facebook and also here, and I kind of realized I rewatched the video and I realized that I was low-key being arrogant and ungrateful and not considerate of other people and their life statuses. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna redo this video and we're going to talk about Ikigai and finding purpose again, but properly this time. We're going to talk about goals and finding our Ikigai, or more like finding a drive to live. Honestly, a lot of people in the comment sections were like, you have to talk to God, And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a perfect Christian. I don't do a lot of Bible reading. I don't do a lot of praying. I low-key am struggling in that area of my life too. God brought us to this universe for a purpose, and actually, there's a scripture verse that talks about it, and I went and searched for it, and it's actually in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. It says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." So basically, what God is trying to say is, you gotta just chill out with me, and we're gonna figure this out. So it doesn't matter what walk of life you come from, whether you're on the street or you're living inside your parents' house or you're struggling. God has a purpose for us all. Because, like, why would we be here if it doesn't have a purpose for us, right? So basically, all he's saying is, I have a plan for you, but like, you just need to chill out and like listen to me, you know. And a lot of us don't have the patience for that, and I feel like we should create patience for that, because we're starting to become a lost, confused generation. Anyways, let's move on to Ikigai. Now, Ikigai means a reason for being, like a reason for your existence. In the book that I read, they did circles. I'm not good at editing, so I can't do wordings on the screen, but like, just picture in your mind, or probably get a book and write this down. There's four circles, and those four circles are connected, and in the center of it, it's Ikigai. Now, how you find your Ikigai depends on those four questions. Number one in one of the circles is what you love. Number two is what you are good at. Number three, what the world needs. Number four, what you can be paid for. You see, they're so smart. If you look at it, those four things perfectly makes up Ikigai, because it will cancel out all other unnecessary interest in your life that will not give value to you and to the world. Because at the end of the day, we're living on earth, and we have to contribute to the goodness of this world, because like, if we're not giving back to this world, literally, what's the purpose? My Ikigai, I said previously, was doing YouTube's podcast, or my Ikigai could be baking. Like, simply baking. I'm good at baking. I'm skilled at baking. I love baking. People need food, so they can have my baked goods, and like, I can make money from it by selling it, like currently am making money from it. So that could be my Ikigai as well. Now, Ikigai doesn't have to be something where it's next level. It can be as simple as taking care of yourself. That could be your Ikigai. Let's see how taking care of yourself could be an Ikigai. One, what you love. You love peace. You love quiet. You love good health. Two, what you're good at. You're good at listening to your body. You want to become good at listening to your body. Three, what the world needs. The world and people around you needs a better version of you. You're going to give the best version of yourself to those who need you, that are around you. That's basically giving back to the world. The world needs good people. And fourth, what you can get paid for. How can you get paid for by taking care of yourself? Well, since you're going to be in good, healthy shape, you're going to be mentally stable, you're going to have no burnouts, you're going to be consistent with your schedule. That basically means that wherever you are in life, whatever work you're doing, you're going to be consistent and you're going to make money in it. If you're working at BSP, if you're working at a bank, or if you're working at a shop, if you take care of yourself, you will do good in the position you are. So that basically generates money for you. Another thing that could be an ikigai is creating traditional artifacts. Whenever you're thinking of an ikigai, you have to always go back to the four questions. One, do you love doing it? If you're interested in your culture, if you love your culture, of course you love doing it. Two, you're talented in crafting things, you're talented in painting things, creating things. Well, that's checking out question two. Three, does the world needs this? Yes. Papua New Guinea is a very rich, culturally diverse country, and our culture is dying out. We do need kids, adults, teenagers to start creating these artifacts and knowing the process in creating these things and the art behind it. And in that way, you're preserving our culture and you're giving back to the world. And then four, can you make money off of it? Of course you can. You can sell it off and make money from it. The perfect example is the guy in Australia. He does this paintings and designs. One of his recent artwork is gonna be on the money note. I forgot his name and I'm so embarrassed. I actually wrote it down to go find out about his name and his account and all that, but I didn't. And but yes, I think you guys know who I'm referring to. He's in Australia and he does auctions and he does paintings and it's really cool. That's his ikigai. He found his ikigai. He does traditional painting and artwork and he sells. Another thing you could do is agriculture and sustainable farming. Like honestly, we have so much land. And the fact that everyone's thinking that money is in the cities and in the towns and they're just coming here is just, we're wasting time. Like, just go back to a place, na plani kaukau, na kumu, and just like live. Literally, just live. The thing is, don't treat farm work or gardening as work. Treat it as life, you know, and make a living out of it. Just like wake up in the morning, boil some tea, go to the garden. Like we make life so complicated when it could be so simple. Like you could live in the village, perfectly in the village. You harvest your cacao, harvest your potatoes or whatever, and you just sell them. And in whatever little money you make, just buy them oil, salt, and just go back to the house. Yeah? Like we literally, honestly, we make life complicated for ourselves when we could just live a simple life. And I feel like the reason behind all of this is because we're just being brainwashed. Not brainwashed, but like mobile phones are put in front of our faces and it has installed a picture, an unrealistic goal and picture in our mind. We all want to own four doors Land Cruisers. We all want to drive a freaking brand new Ford. And we think that once we buy a car like that, we make it in life. When life is not about cars. Why are we all obsessing about buying cars? Like, guys, don't feel like I'm attacking you. I'm attacking myself too, because, like, my goal that I wrote was that I'm gonna buy a freaking four door. And it's still written up there. And now I'm like, why do I need a four door? I don't need that. But I want it because everyone around me wants a four door, so now I want a four door. So doing gardening and doing creating traditional artifact and selling and creating things and marketing it does not excite me and does not get me interested because I'm just looking at it. I'm like, that's not gonna make me a million, Kina. That's not gonna make me rich. I wanna be rich. I can't get rich by doing that. And then we stress ourselves out because you know what? We're just this little tiny pebble trying to be a freaking rock. And it's just, that's why I'm frustrated. That's why we're all frustrated. That's why we're all frustrated and confused because we're just setting really high expectations of ourselves. Expectations that we don't really need to meet. Like, for what? The only reason I want to buy a four-door Land Cruiser is so I can show off in front of my friends and drive my friends around and we go get drunk and shit. And like now thinking about it, after reading all this, what the heck? Like that's probably the dumbest thing I ever thought about. That's not living life. And people are probably gonna be like, well, we live once and we want a photo. Well, you can get a photo, but like, I'm not saying it's impossible to get a photo. I'm just saying there are things we can do at our own levels and we can appreciate life instead of trying to be better and trying to tear other people down because they have what we want. You know, the art of being jealous and the art of being judgmental starts from when you don't accept where you're at. Ikigai isn't about becoming a millionaire. It's not about becoming a billionaire. It's not about becoming a business person and like owning all these things. No, Ikigai in Japan, in the village of Onikawa, I think Onikiwa, somewhere there, they're just simply living life as it's supposed to be lived in the comfort of their home, the home they probably lived in for more than 50 years. They're just happy. They found joy in doing the most simple things. And it doesn't mean like they didn't have to sell 100 of freaking baskets, handmade baskets, to be happy. At least they sold one. They were happy. At least they made one. They were happy. They were just satisfied with life. And that's what I feel like we all should get around to. Because like if we start thinking big like Elon Musk, or if we start thinking big like all the big shots in this country, we're gonna fall short and we're gonna get annoyed. Like we don't need to be doing all that. Life is not about making it big. Life is about living. Right? So like let's just live, you know? Like find our ikigai and just live. We don't need to be doing all this. Now, now we're probably all wondering, okay, no, and you said a lot of things, but like what if this ikigai thing doesn't work out? What if I find my ikigai but like I'm still struggling and I'm still facing trouble and my family's going through shit and like it's not working out, like, and I'm trying to give up, or like it's not generating the income I want, or it's not generating the revenue that I want. Okay, now let me tell you all something. If you had a baby, if you have a child, all right, and you're struggling and you're trying to take care of your kid, will you starve the kid and let the kid die, or will you die first? I think once we put businesses and our ideas in that perspective, our business will not die and we will succeed and it will grow eventually. So if we all treat our ikigai, if we all treat our businesses, our relationships, our mental health, everything as a child, as our child, and we focus on it to make sure it grows and is fed, it will never die. It will only grow bigger. So that's my answer to that question. If you're thinking, it wouldn't work out, like, because I'm still doing it and it's still, of course you'll struggle because you're the mother. Of course you're gonna have sleepless nights and go to sleep starving. You're just gonna give your all to the point where there will be no room for failure. And I feel like that's the beauty of Ikigai, and that's the secret behind it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking all this as if I know it all. No, I literally just learned about this because I'm also struggling with finding my Ikigai and finding my purpose in life. So yeah, find your Ikigai, and give your 100%. And in everything you do it as if you're doing it unto the Lord. Do it with a good heart, and don't do it with an evil one. And also note, Ikigai can be in any form, whether it's starting a business, taking care of yourself, opening a shop, or clocking your hours in and working a 9 to 5. That could be your Ikigai too. You know, you could make yourself love your job and it could become your Ikigai. Anyways, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. It's definitely gonna be tomorrow. I'm probably gonna talk about something. I don't know. I'll think about it tonight. Okay, bye.